You know, I was never jealous in my previous relationship.
Yeah, so good evening. We I have this. So yeah, good evening. I'm not going to waste time. I'll straight go into my discussion relating to the issue at hand. People are sending me messages. People are people are sending me this issue of MB Zulu, and MB Zulu came and helped you. How can you talk about MB Zulu? MB Zulu helped you. I will talk about it. I will respond. I've received a number of messages, people taking those to my clips when MB Zulu came to my house and whatever. I will talk about all that. Anyway, like I was saying, so I want to follow the way I've arranged things in my head. But so before I start, I just want to make this appeal, because I know there are a number of you that feel that I am being unreasonable by talking about this issue. You would have preferred, some of you have been sending me messages to say, no, Tayali, just leave this, don't talk about it. And others are also saying, no, I mean, you don't talk about Valungu in this manner. Don't talk about Valungu in this manner. Some of you feel that I'm disrespecting Valungu in his death. Some of you think that I am betraying Valungu in his death. Of course, you are also, some of you are even saying, no, you are being an ingrate. You are being unappreciative to whatever Valungu did to you. I will try, in this discussion, to answer to some of those issues. But the first thing is that, look, when something like this happens, this is a national matter. This is a national matter. This is not a simple issue. This is a national matter, and as a national matter, all of us, we are affected, and we are supposed to discuss this. This is it. This is a national matter, so you cannot start telling people to say, no, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. No. And worse off, you cannot tell the public lawyer himself. You cannot tell a person, a political player like me, to say I shouldn't talk about this. How? Just how? Eh? I mean, I'm a politician. I am a politician. Whether you recognize me as such or not, that is your problem. But from my point of view, I'm a politician. And as a politician, Muntwandi, a politician who doesn't talk is not worth his salt. If you don't talk, you are a politician and you are not talking, then politics is not for you. Because politics is about talking. Politics is about talking. Unfortunately, and you know, worse off, there are people that are trying to politicize this. How can I keep quiet? I have to talk because this funeral thing, if at all we had maintained the decorum of a funeral, certainly I wouldn't be talking in the manner that I'm doing. And especially what I'm going to say tonight, certainly I wouldn't have been talking like that. I am on record that immediately this funeral happened, I went out because I knew that people would take advantage of this and bring in politics. And I appealed. I appealed to everyone that please, let us mourn in dignity. That's all I asked for. I prayed for that. Let us mourn in dignity. But what happened? These guys started doing their own mingalato. They started doing their own mingalato, their own machinations, political machinations. And, I mean, you want me to just sit and just not respond? No ways. No ways. And then the other thing is that when people are doing mingalato, if I don't agree with them, you can't expect me to keep quiet. And no, because it's MB Zulu, because it's my friend. No, because it's Nakachinda, he's my friend. No, because it's Given Lubinda, I respect him so much. If we don't agree on a political level, unfortunately, we have to engage. This is how sad it is. In politics, if we don't agree, you can't expect me to just keep quiet that no, he's my friend. There is a difference between friendship and politics. There is a difference. There is a difference. There is a difference between politics and friendship. Here, these people have engaged full gear politics. They have engaged full gear politics. They want to benefit out of this politically. And I don't agree with them. So it doesn't matter whether they are my friends, they are not my friends, I will speak. I have to speak. Don't confuse things. Don't confuse personal relationship and politics. Don't confuse personal relationships and politics. These guys are playing politics. And since they are playing politics and I don't agree with them, I have to speak. I have to speak. I have to speak. There is no any other way. I can't keep quiet. And you need to learn this. You need to learn this. This nonsense of saying, no, he's your friend, he's your friend. There is a difference. Our friendship that I may have with MB Zulu or whoever, that is another thing. When it comes to politics, we don't agree, we don't agree. And I have to speak. There is no way I'm going to sit back. I am not going to sit back. So, at the end of the day, basically, what is it what is my position? My position for me, I have still maintained. I have maintained. My position is that we mourn Lungu in dignity. That is my position. I still maintain that I want us to mourn Lungu in dignity. The way we have done previously, we have had state funerals and there is a way that we have mourned. And I think we have done very well as a country. We have done very well. When Chilufya died, Chilufya was mad in acrimony and controversy during the time of Mwanawasa and whatever. But when he died, of course, when he died, I mean, we did it without whatever the nonsense. When Mwanawasa died, we did it. When Wakaunda died, I mean, this is is our history. This is our history. Even when Vasata died, even when Vasata died, if you remember when Vasata died, before Vasata died, there were issues. There were issues. We were talking about Tukulora kwa Vasata. Hakainde Hichilema was dropping bombs like nobody's business, attacking Vasata. I also attacked Vasata. We were dropping bombs. But when Vasata died, there are pictures you see. Even Hakainde Hichilema came and offered condolences to Edgar Lungu by then. You remember there is that picture when Hakainde Hichilema is kneeling before Edgar Lungu. But before Vasata died, it was Kafafwa. It was Kafafwa. But when he died, when Vasata died, all of us, we converged. We converged and mourned together, including HH, including all those that were criticizing Vasata. We mourned together. Now, what is being difficulty? Pali info yava Edgar Lungu. What is being difficult? The issue is that the people that surrounded Edgar Lungu, they are selfish people, unreasonable people, people who don't even know how to do politics. They don't know. These are very, very selfish people, and these are the ones that have brought us where we are today. This is 20 hours. We don't know what will happen on Saturday. Whether tukashika Saturday, we don't know. We don't know how long the national mourning will last. We don't know. We are in limbo. We don't know. The nation doesn't know where we are going. Why? Because of a few selfish people. A few selfish people. And these selfish people, they don't want anything other than their own interests. It is about, taking over power. In their little heads, they are thinking that whoever is going to take over, as so-called president of PF, this person will be president in 2026. This is their thinking. In their mind, they have seen that here, there will be a sympathy vote. There will be a sympathy vote for Edgar Lungu. They are really seeing it. They are seeing it that in next year they will be in power. That's what they are seeing. It is not about what at family, nothing. It is about the interest of these people. Because even that family that you are talking about, to say, no, family, hey, family. Which family are we talking about? I mean, if we can even go there, let's just be real, we go there. Which family? Who are those people that you are deciding this? Because you are saying family. Which family? Which family? Who are those people? We want to know them, guys. Who are those people? Who are those uncles of Edgar Lungu who are deciding to say, no, we shouldn't release the body? Who are those people? In South Africa there, the so-called people who are talking about family, they are all cadres. You saw them in that mass. You saw them in that mass. They are all cadres. The people that are doing the negotiations there, they are all cadres. They are all cadres. There is nothing like family. Ni. Because if you talk about family, the only people that you can talk about, it's the widow herself, Tasila Lungu, no mulume wakwe. Next from there, it's MB Zulu. It's MB Zulu. And this MB Zulu, I mean, this guy has no morals. This guy is drunk. He's drunk in his own ego. His ego, has made him to think that he is something. But he's not. MB Zulu is not anything. He is not anything. MB Zulu is not anything to talk about in politics. He's not. is not. He has grown big-headed because Edgar Lungu helped him. Actually, not really Edgar Lungu, but Arabi. He's a young man that was helped by these big guys, especially Arabi, and he became a member of parliament. Member of parliament by Edgar Lungu appointed him as minister, and he thinks he has achieved something political. No. These are boys who are born in the political field with a silver spoon. MB Zulu, these are boys born with a silver spoon in politics. These are not boys that, like some of us who start from zero. You start fighting kirikiti until you reach there, and you are there and the people are watching you. MB Zulu is nothing of a politician. He's nothing of a politician. But he thinks that he has it. He thinks that he has it, and he wants to make another step. But it won't happen. It won't happen. It won't happen. MB Zulu held on, when they had earlier meetings with government expressed concern that MB Zulu was being a spokesperson of the Edgar Lungu family. They expressed concern. And when I heard it, I was like, why should government bother about who is going to speak for the family? That's what I thought. I said, that is not their business. If whatever. But now, I've come to realize that actually they were right. They were right, because this MB Zulu is doubling, he's taking everything. He's taking everything. He's claiming to be the lawyer of the family. He's claiming to be, the anointed person to take over PF. And then he's coming out, no, I'm a spokesperson. But MB Zulu, you can't, selfishness in there and that way. You can't take over everything. You can't. You can't. MB Zulu, really, if MB Zulu was wise, he would at least taken a backstage as somebody who was their lawyer. I think he would have better off taken the position that he has always maintained as the lawyer of Edgar Lungu than to come up now and say, no, I am the family spokesperson. He's everything. Even at the mass there, the way he spoke everything. He is the man that arranged everything. He's the man. He's everywhere. He put himself like he's just there. Everything. It's centered around MB Zulu. And this is the selfishness of MB Zulu. This is the selfishness of MB Zulu, because you cannot take everything. You want to be everywhere. Everywhere. Why? Because the young man has an inflated ego. The young man, he's hallucinating. He thinks that politics yavana. He thinks that he can just climb up and come up and, be some leader in the country. Far from it, MB. I can assure you. Between you and I, MB Zulu, you are very far. You are very far. Ulimwana. And I can assure you, you won't succeed. Nothing. Arabi is not there to put you there. Edgar Lungu is not there to put you there. They have been lifting you and putting you there. This time around, they are not there. No one is going to lift you and put you there. Nothing. Because you will find us and we will bruise you. It is about MB Zulu. MB Zulu. He is the one that is pushing this agenda. Of course, Nakachinda, they have been together. He is also, naively. Nakachinda is also being naively pushing this agenda. Given Lubinda is being nyunyad. Given Lubinda is in the dark. By the time he will come and wake up, he will realize that he toiled for nothing. He will realize that he was actually being used. Given Lubinda, I'm shocked. Given Lubinda is a very smart man. He's a very smart man. I know Given Lubinda as a very smart man. But unfortunately, he is being unioned. Being unioned. Anyway, the point I'm making is that this is about the ambitions of MB Zulu. Now, some of you'll be wondering to say, why am I saying this? Where have I gotten this? Because some of you are even saying this. Where have I gotten this that MB Zulu has got presidential ambitions? Where is it coming from? I am revealing it to you. I am revealing to you, not to fear and whatever. You see, by Edgar Lungu, by Edgar Lungu, I made a statement to say, the mistake that Basata made is to leave by Edgar Lungu as president of PF. I'm telling you, I'm going to maintain, and I maintain that. And I've got reasons, I'm going to back that one up. Why? Because by Edgar Lungu remained the leader of PF, but he never controlled PF. By Edgar Lungu, he never controlled PF. By Edgar Lungu, he was a non-committal man. A man that, you didn't know, no one knew the mind of Edgar Lungu. No one knew the mind of Edgar Lungu. But Edgar Lungu was always a gambler. He was always playing his cards close to his chest. He was always doing imingalato. And this has created a problem. It created a problem, from the government point of view, and even PF. PF is where it is now because of imingalato shaba Edgar Lungu. Because of the way by Edgar Lungu, balecha imingalato. That's why PF is where it is. PF lost power because of Edgar Lungu never took responsibility of PF. Never took responsibility of PF really and handled the party. Never did. He didn't. He was always playing imingalato. And at the end of the day, they lost power. When they lost power, I told you the other day that there was an agreement between HH and Edgar Lungu to say, Iwe, Edgar Lungu, you will retire and, enjoy your retirement. And I will not go for you. There was that arrangement when they realized that PF was lost. The concerns were there that they thought that HH, we will go for Edgar Lungu. And the people that were there, especially Arabi and the former president of Tanzania, they had to negotiate. Please, let this man be. And Hakainde Hichilema said, okay, fine, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to harass him. Let him just retire and enjoy. And indeed, a letter was written. And those benefits that you are talking about, by Edgar Lungu started receiving those benefits after he left power. But Lungu continued playing in Mingalato. He continued playing in Mingalato. I have to say this. You don't talk negative things when a person is dead. But unfortunately, because of you people, because of the politics, now we need to talk about this. And these are realities. And I want the country to know. I want people to know where we are coming from, what happened, what was going on. So, imingala toshawa Lungu. Instead ya kwa bachta resign, wale ke kofi kuli PF, so that somebody can take over. But Lungu who kept being in the shadows of PF, And Hakainde Hichilema realized to say, this man is not being sincere. And hence those now to my punch up. At the end of the day, no, I've come back into politics. And that's how they removed those terminal whatever. And of course, whatever negatives that you are talking about, it was as a result of the politics that was going on. But really, who was playing in Mingalato? Niwa Edgar Lungu. Niba Edgar Lungu, whether you like it or not, you would be upset with me. But the fact is that you cannot challenge me on that. You cannot challenge me on that because I know everything. I walked through everything. I walked through everything. Lungu kept on holding on to the party. He kept on holding on to the party. And this made Hakainde Hichilema uncomfortable. But you see, Lungu was not just playing in Mingalatoku government. He was playing in Mingalato, even in PF. Even in PF. Because look, what happened was that they were supposed to go for a convention. No, Edgar Lungu is still appearing on the PF documents. Can we remove Edgar Lungu from the PF documents? No, we have to go for a convention. We have to go for a convention. Oh, no, they didn't change anyway. They said, let people, those who want, apply and pay money. And, when they started, people paid, okay? But before they even paid, Given Luvinda was acting. You see? Given Luvinda was acting. And Given Luvinda was told by Walungu, was unioned by Walungu. Given Luvinda was told, no, you were Given Luvinda, you shouldn't apply. Given Luvinda was acting, acting president. He was acting president. But when it came to people who have to take over, Given Luvinda was eliminated. He was eliminated. It's not that Given Luvinda didn't want to contest as PF president. He wanted. But Walungu ne Mingala Toshavo, Walungu with his machinations, he put Walungu, Given Luvinda aside. He put Given Luvinda aside. He asked him not to pay. He asked him not to pay. And this not that in these are issues that I had conversation with people, including by Edgar Lungu. I asked Walungu, why haven't Waluvinda applied? Because Waluvinda has always wanted to be president. And Waluvinda, according to me, he has his own weaknesses. I'm telling you as it is. Given Luvinda has his own weaknesses, wakaso, but truth be told, Given Luvinda is a seasoned politician. He is a guy that if he took PF really in charge, I'm telling you, UPND would have had a good run. He would have given UPND a good run if Given Luvinda took over PF as president. So, in my view, Given Luvinda should have been one of those people that would have competed for the position of president of PF. And this is why I asked Bantuan. I actually went first to Kuliwa Given Luvinda. I went to Kuliwa Given Luvinda. Given Luvinda would testify. I went to Given Luvinda himself. I went to ask him, why haven't you contested as president? Why are you not contesting? And Given Luvinda told me, I'm not going to say anything on that one. Go and ask the boss. Go and ask the boss. You talk to the boss. You go to the boss. And I went back. I asked Walungu, why haven't Luvinda done this? And he said, no. Me and Given Luvinda should be midwives. Should be midwives. We should be the one to deliver the presidency. I didn't make sense of whatever he was saying. It didn't make sense, but nonetheless, I left it. I left it because I didn't want to be seen like I'm campaigning for Given Luvinda. Because actually, at that moment, I was campaigning for Brani Munduvile. So really, whatever Edgar Lungu told me about Given Luvinda, I just left it anyway. I left it. I left it. But that was, I'm talking about Mingala to Shava Edgar Lungu and how he has messed us up to be where we are today. So, number one, this is how Given Luvinda was unioned, and he continued acting as acting president with no hope of being president of PF because he is not among the presidential candidates. He is not. From there, I asked by Edgar Lungu, Ime, I am looking at Munduvile. Can I start campaigning for Munduvile? Because but the close person, the person that I was saving was by Edgar Lungu. The person that I was saving, I was a boy for by Edgar Lungu at that moment. I was a boy for by Edgar Lungu at that moment. I'm the one that went to by Edgar Lungu to say, no, I don't want to come back. So I was saving him. So now, since I was saving him, if I were to start campaigning for another person, I needed permission from him. And he gave me, go ahead, go and campaign for Munduvile. Go and campaign for Munduvile. And that's how I started campaigning for Munduvile. I campaigned for Munduvile like nobody's business. Later on, when MB was talking now, MB Zulu and whatever, they ganged up against Munduvile. When they saw Munduvile, whatever popularity was growing, they sat, Kulako Ibex, they sat and started plotting against Munduvile. And Balungu called me and expressed concern to say, no, there are people who have got concern, in Mingalato. There are people who have got concern about Munduvile, what? Utuma issues, so in another, what's going on? I mean, this man told me, you can go ahead campaign for this one. Now I've been doing it, and all of a sudden now, Kwambo utuma issues around Munduvile. They were conniving against Munduvile to a point that they wanted to remove Munduvile as leader of opposition. They wanted to remove him. As leader of opposition. They wanted to embarrass him because they looked at it to say, no, Munduvile is actually getting prominence because he's leader of opposition. So he's using that. They were conniving. They started conniving against Munduvile. Now, this is Balungu. No, go and campaign for him. All of a sudden, fear change. Anyway, like I said, atikwapata chila kubea, aba kulunga wa chitanto anikane, you retreat. So I retreated. And I even asked Munduvile to retreat. So we retreated, we went back. In spite of the inroads that we had made serious inroads. Such that if Balungu had not stopped us, if they had not stopped us today, we would have had a serious opposition in Zambia. Today we would have had a serious opposition led by Brian Munduvile. Today we would have had a serious opposition. Constitution, whatever. The situation would have been different. But Balungu stopped that. Together na avena Ntwanikana, avena Makebi, avena Nakachinda. Given Luvinda has always been used as the face of the nonsense, but really, I mean, they just use that man. Trust me, they just use that man. Given Luvinda, I feel a loyalty, blind loyalty to Balungu because him ni loyalty. Na papene alecha afe loyalty, but bale munyunya. So that's how we retreated with Brian Munduvile. And when we retreated with Brian Munduvile, they came back now. No, Balungu will go. Balungu will go. We will contest. Balungu vale. And you know why vale? You know why these people pushed Balungu back into politics? They pushed Balungu back into politics because it was a situation to say, if I can't have it, it's better Balungu to continue. Because people like Nakachinda, they knew that if Balungu go out, they are nowhere. Avena Makebi, they are nowhere. So, for them to continue being relevant, they had to push Balungu back into politics. They had to push Balungu back into politics so that at least they can remain relevant. That's how they pushed back Valungu. Okay. So when they pushed back Valungu, what do? I had to follow. Fine. I leveled it up. That's how I started now. I also continued now again. I leveled it up. But the issue was about Tukuchinga Munduvire and the others, those who are the prospects. So that Valungu remains there and these stooges also remain there. We went on with that and there came eligibility issue. When the eligibility issue came up, I told them, this eligibility issue, if you don't fight, when it ends on the 10th of December in Shapwa, can we fight this? These people could not fight. Valungu came back in politics, but he did not take charge of things. He didn't. He didn't. How many times did you see Valungu talking to people? How many times did you see Valungu having a press conference? How many times did you see Valungu having meetings with the structures? Or anybody else? How many? He came back, but he was doing nothing. He came back, but he was doing nothing. All he did is to hold on to that position. That's all. When Mundubile was there, Kwadiama activities, we were doing something. When Valungu came back, there was nothing. There was nothing. Even some of us who were busy talking, that is how they clamped us. That is how they now put pressure on us. They arrested us. They took us kumakoti, whatever. Valungu was not doing something substantive to push the agenda or to support us. I am here because of the weakness of Valungu. I am here because Valungu did not give enough support to make sure that we run the agenda. He didn't. That MB Zulu you are talking about to say, MB Zulu came to help you. MB Zulu did not come to help me. MB Zulu was doing the job according to the agenda that we had. He was playing his role. He was playing his role. And he didn't play that role very well. He didn't. He didn't. Those police officers were coming for me because of the Alewo agenda that we were pushing. And MB Zulu had to come in to defend me because I was an asset to Edgar Lungu. He was not coming because I know Chilufya Tayali is my friend. Let me go and help my friend. No. He was coming because we were working together and that was his job. So, stop that nonsense of saying, MB Zulu helped you. Stop it. He was playing his role. My role was to do what I was doing. That was my role. And out of what I was doing, I was being arrested. And when I'm being arrested, others had to come in, those who were lawyers. So it was shared responsibility. It was not about, no, I'm going to help Chilufya Tayali is my friend. No. It was part of the agenda. It was part of what was supposed to happen. MB Zulu was not coming to help me because I'm Chilufya Tayali. No. Because he's my friend. No. He was coming because we had an agenda. We were serving Edgar Lungu. And he was coming because of Edgar Lungu. That's why he was coming. That's why he was coming. How many people is MB Zulu representing for free? Have you seen MB Zulu representing people for free? Eh? If I was not serving the agenda of Lungu, do you think MB Zulu would have been coming? If I was not serving the agenda of Lungu, do you think MB Zulu would have been coming? He wouldn't have been coming. He wouldn't. He wouldn't. And then, even in Kumakoti, I was telling you that they were not, he didn't do a good job. Because yes, he would come, Kunganda, and you know, even there is like a political thing. You know, no, I know these things very, very well. Let me tell you, whatever was happening, Kunganda and whatever people, I was setting a stage. We were setting a stage. Some of the things which were happening, we were even planning to say, let's do this, let's do this. And we exposed Makapokola. And we exposed Makapokola. We were planning some of these things. So it is not just that, no, no, some of these things we are even planning. Panga waikata pabala isa. Ngaba isa na la isa. Torachita so. It was part of the strategy. It was part of the strategy. Part of the strategy. So don't take me to say, no, I was a vulnerable person who was helped by MB Zulu. No, it was part of what was going on. Part of what was going on. So drop that nonsense. Those of you sending me whatever, stop it. MB Zulu was doing his job, and MB Zulu nawale ilango lukula. MB Zulu, because of me, Bakapola coming to my house, to Aitanava media, MB Zulu was also selling himself. How did you know of MB Zulu? How did you know of MB Zulu? I've met MB Zulu. I have contributed. You know MB Zulu, and you look at him as whatever, because I used to create a platform. Bakapokolangava isapanganda. MB Zulu was having an opportunity. Without Chilufya Tayali being followed Panganda, MB Zulu wouldn't have had an opportunity to showcase himself. Muna isuka. Ndana ever to thank you. It's not that nimpwalala. I know. You have challenges. Do you see MB Zulu coming to your homes to come and help you? Do you see MB Zulu coming to help you? When a politician, a big politician like Chilufya Tayali is arrested, you see others coming by. They even switch on the cameras. It is an opportunity for politicians to also be seen. Yes. You people, you look at it to say, they are very good, these people. They have gone to see Chilufya Tayali. But they are also making some political mileages. Even politicians who will never be covered by the media. But when Chilufya Tayali is arrested, they will come. And they have an opportunity to be covered. It is a fact. It is a fact. Because Chilufya Tayali is inside, they have an opportunity to be covered as well. But in your mind, people, they have gone to see Tayali. Yes, of course, thank you very much. It's true. But it's Emma politics for Yawomba. It's win-win. It's win-win. Out of that nonsense, they were busy using Wakapokola. They were shooting themselves in the foot. They were shooting themselves in the foot, because Hakainde Ichilema is a dictator. Hakainde Ichilema is a dictator. And every day walipanga ndapamwandi. Every day walipanga ndapamwandi. At the end of the day, I proved that Hakainde Ichilema is a dictator. I proved. They fell into it. And other politicians that were coming, Vale isapanga ndapamwandi paja. Vai sanotuma kamera. So, don't think that, I'm just a vulnerable guy who needs whatever. Nothing. Even these fools, some of these fools, that at one point, there is a fool. There is one fool. There is one fool in Zambia. One fool in Zambia. This guy, used to give to help. I mean, let's face it. He used to help me here and there. Up 5 pin, whatever. And in his mind, he used to take it like it's a charity. It's charity. It's charity. He was even complaining, Tayali, whatever, I help him. And yet this fool has made money out of corruption. And I even used to defend him, to defend his corruption. If I were to give him a bill out of the nonsense that I did defending his corruption, and the money that he gave me, it's nothing. So never careful when you are trying to grow big-headed to say, no, I'm helping Tayali. Be honest. Look at the agenda. What is it that we are doing? What is it that you are doing? Recognize my value. Because I also bring value. I bring value. And you give in something. So it is a 50-50 situation here. By the fact that you have Miakalupia, it doesn't mean that you are better than me. I've got value as well. Why are you not giving Inchushi Mumusebo? Why are you not giving Inchushi? Why are you giving Chilufya Tayali? Because Chilufya Tayali has got value. Chilufya Tayali has got value. So today, Tashanya, we should respect each other and appreciate each other. Not to think that, no, ni wewe ulipamuru. So, the point is that there was an agenda. And MB Zulu was playing his role. Now, the agenda which was there, earlier on, we wanted to install a PF president. And Valungu was playing in Mingalato. He was playing in Mingalato. He played Vagiven Luvinde Mingalato. He played Munduvile Mingalato. He played the other candidates. Avena Mao Sampa, Avena Nanikade Mutotoka Foya. Whatever they were played in Mingalato. Because those people paid. But Valungu knew that none of them is going to be president. He knew that no one is going to be president. He was holding on to it. He was holding on to it. And that's how Mao Sampa came up now. Mao Sampa, that's how Mao Sampa came up. Mao Sampa isa pepe fiamba. And he got PF. Balungu Bashara na Vika. Mao Sampa got PF. Balungu remained ne Mingala Toshavo. Mao Sampa reacted kumingala Toshava Lungu. Mao Sampa reacted kumingala Toshava Lungu. He reacted kumingala Toshava Lungu. He took PF. And Valungu Bashara Pufi. And Valungu never fought. Valungu never fought Mao Sampa. He never fought to get back PF. Bafuira na mofie. Even Apapeni Bafuiri PF. Where is PF? Where is PF? Because as we are talking, where is PF today? Where is PF today? Valungu valileka PF vasenda kuli Mao Sampa. Valungu valileka PF. If it was not for Valungu, because if Valungu was honest in his discussion, in his dealings, Mao Sampa would have never gotten PF. Mao Sampa would have never gotten PF if Valungu was being sincere. If Valungu was not playing in Mingalato, Mao Sampa would not have taken PF. Today we are talking, there is no PF. There is no PF because Mao Sampa took it. Ukono mana kwaisa na chavinga. Where is PF? Where is PF? Where is PF? But Valungu continued, masquerading as president of PF, president of PF. Na busy alebwelera po. I used to talk about these things. I used to confront people. Those who are close to me, they know. Even Valungu himself knew. But Valungu, as usual, ngawashita confront nishibale ko kulanda no. Ngawashita confront nishibale ko kulanda no. But at least for me, no ponka fuila, I will die a man that said things as they are. A man who doesn't have two faces. Me, I don't have two faces. If I don't agree with you, I don't agree with you. So they continued. Me, I said, no, I can't continue like this. I can't continue like this. And worse off now. Ukunomba, fiaisa chinja nomba. Wesi kumalas chukunomba. Just siririned. Ewa Valungu wambiro kulwala. Fiaisa ba very clear na. After eligibility, then Valungu wambo kulwala. It was clear that Valungu really, he was not going to contest 2026 elections. It was very clear. So when these guys knew that it was not very clear, they started now, playing in the background. Okay? They started in the background now. Uyapa, alevati, aneo basadi de Valungu. Musukwa was staying in Valungu. I know Musukwa, if anything, Musukwa is quiet. Musukwa has done a lot. Ulia Musukwa, former mines minister. former mines minister. Musukwa has done a lot, including resources in all this. But you are not seeing Musukwa talking. You are not seeing Musukwa talking. But nonetheless, Musukwa, somehow, you know, Balungu was close to Musukwa. And somehow some people are even thinking to say, Balungu wale kupera Musukwa. Na alolesha, na lekafi. Because I knew Balungu mingala to shout. Next, somebody now told me, this one, MB Zulu. MB Zulu somehow at the end of the day, they resolved that MB Zulu should take over. They resolved, Balungu, Navambi, they resolved somehow that MB should take over. They resolved. And how do I know that they resolved? They told me. They knew. Balungu, one thing. I mean, Balungu knew me, that I'm a difficult guy, and he even used to say it. And he even used to tell me many times to toilet tarikana. You know, one thing that I will never forget, which Balungu told me, was that the problem you are kwata, if you don't agree with something, I mean, then everybody else should not agree with you. Those are some of the last words that I remember. And that was on a phone call. That was on a phone call. He said, the problem with you, when you don't agree, then everybody else, I mean, nothing else makes sense. And I said, no, if you're if it makes sense, I will agree. But really, what I didn't agree. They told me clearly, MB Zulu should take over. I refused. I refused. And I was told by three people approached me, telling me, no, MB Zulu should take over. I refused. And what I said, MB Zulu is very mature. MB Zulu is very mature. He's a good lawyer, yes, but he's immature. And I've been proven right. I feel so proud that I used those words. Because what is happening really, it is immaturity. There is no wisdom. The person that I told that, I'm sure they can now see that that what I said was true. I said MB Zulu cannot be. MB Zulu is not mature. I even said MB Zulu is selfish. MB Zulu is very selfish. And exactly, this is what is happening. So what I'm saying is not that Karim, Busha, whatever, Masik. No. It was there. MB Zulu should take over. I refused. No, Bantu Munduvire, whatever. I told them, I dropped the issue of Munduvire a long time. I told them, I have dropped the issue of Munduvire a long time. I am not campaigning for Munduvire. I am not campaigning for anyone. And that is my position even today. I told Balungu in a bossy, since we Munduvire, mwalewa ti kuliko tuntu naleka. I will lead by what you will tell me. That's what I told Balungu. That is what I told. I said, bossing komfa kuli imwe, you will direct me. Inshallah that boss na lebe that katika vakateka. Na lebe vakateka. Inen komfa kuli imwe. Efo mukanjeva, that's what I will follow. And out of that conversation, not Balungu himself directly, somebody came and told me to say MB Zulu. I refused. I said MB Zulu no. No, Balungu Shanshanja. I said no. Yes, Balungu might want that, but not me. MB Zulu is mature. MB Zulu is selfish. He's selfish. MB Zulu is very selfish. I know. Don't tell me because he came to my way. Sometimes selfish people, they may even appear to be helping, but they are helping themselves. They are pushing their own agenda. Because if MB Zulu was really helping me in my cases, he would have been in court. MB Zulu imilantunga shaku koti, you never saw MB Zulu. MB Zulu never stood in court to defend me. MB Zulu never stood in court to defend me. Because the media is not there. Yes, of course, you can say his lawyers used to be there. But really, it was more of those lawyers that were coming than MB Zulu. I have more respect for Jonas and at Nanu. Eh? Nanu, wait, the other guy. The other guy. Anyway, let me leave him. Politics. Let me spare him. I have more respect because at least you could see an effort, personal effort from them. Personal effort from them. I have respect for Jonas. I have respect for Jonas. Kaleza, I have respect for Jonas. He works for MB Zulu, but you know, I could tell that when he was helping, he was doing it, you know, with whatever. But then, you know, I could see that he also didn't want to mess up himself, the relationship with MB Zulu. MB Zulu never wanted to defend me. MB Zulu never wanted to defend me. He was only doing it for himself and for Walungu, not for me. Nafikana. Even Wakapo, anyway, Nafikan. So, and I mean, I was left at the end of the day. I was left without a lawyer. Why is she tola kwat ni street kid? Ni Chirwa. Chirwa. Joe Chirwa, why is she tola? Kulans chuko, I didn't even have lawyers. Kulans, I didn't even have lawyers. Until Joe Chirwa came and picked me like a street kid to help me. And I always am kunje but yo MB Zulu help you, MB Zulu helped you. What nonsense? What nonsense? I was left alone in Makoti. I was left alone. Joe Chirwa came and picked me like a street kid and started helping me. But it was too late. It was too late. You think I'm happy to be here? Eh? If you people, you were doing a proper thing, you were giving me proper help, I wouldn't be here. I'm here because of your mingarato. And all the time, all you wanted was, you know, if I don't agree with you, nishi mwanchinjisha. Mwashimia na mafoni. Hey, Tayali, you are being helped by whatever you are being helped. Wala. These people, they were not there to help me. Eh? If you don't agree with them, nishi, wakuchinjisha man. Eh? What nonsense is that? If you just have to agree with them all the time. And the party MB Zulu, I refused. Party MB Zulu, I refused. So the point I'm trying to tell you is that it's not today that this thing has started. It started when Walungu was alive. But Walungu was never courageous to tell others. He was not courageous to tell Munduvile to say, Munduvile te wende foya. Therefore, MB Zulu. He was not courageous to tell Given Luvinda to say, Given Luvinda, te wende foya, we are just using you. I want MB Zulu. He was not courageous to tell Mtotoka foya, to say Mtotoka foya, takwakabama elections. Because he knew the foya. This is the situation. This is the truth as it is. This is the truth as it is. And now, where are we? Where is PF? There is no PF. There is no PF. Why? Because Walungu was playing in Mingarato. He was not being sincere. If Walungu was straightforward, Walungu would have either anointed somebody who would have taken over PF. It doesn't matter. It wouldn't have been Munduvile. But at least we would have known to say this is the leader of PF and he would have continued. But nothing. They kept on, you know, hiding, kabisira. Eh? If you know mbabale chitana papene pamanda panomba. Ni pachiriro. Pachitumbi. Na popene pali kabisira. No family. Ni kabisira. It's not about family. Which family? Banani? Eh? Vanani, which family? Which family, vanani? Ni kabisira. Bafisana chitumbi. Kabisira. This, I'm sorry. This was the character of Lungu. And this is what we are being subjected to even in his death. This is what we are being subjected even in his death. And this is what I was complaining. This is what I was complaining about. These are some of the challenges that I was having with Lungu. These are some of the challenges I was having with Lungu. Some of you, hey, no, you are a traitor. Hey, Lungu, hey, did this. I'm telling you, these are the challenges and these are facts. These are facts. Kabisila. Lungu never played a straight game. Lungu, he was always gambling. And he's gambling now. He's gambling now. Look where it has left us. And you are insulting the dead. No, I'm telling you the story, the history as it is. I'm not insulting Lungu. Even Lungu nga wale monoko bale sumi noko but kwena walilandide. Even wherever he is, he's looking at me, he's saying, Awe, it's true. Because I never shied away from telling him the truth. Even Avena Nakachinda, I never shied away from telling people the truth as it is. I'm not a turncoat. Even given Luvinde Fingera and the Pano, I am sure Pwekele is saying it's true. Even Munduvida, wherever he is, I'm sure he's saying it is true. Even in Akachinda, he knows it is true. Even MB Zulu, he knows it is true. It is true. I'm giving you the truth as it is. You people, you have killed PF. There is no PF which chalo because chalo hoping that you savage PF. No, there is no PF for you to savage to hold the country at ransom. No, there is nothing. Because even if mfanye chitumbi tushike, where is PF? Where is PF? Who is the president of PF today? Where is PF? So you are just holding the country to ransom for nothing. You might as well start forming another political party. Start forming another political party. Otherwise, PF Mwario with your selfishness. You have spoiled PF with your selfishness. You have spoiled it. You have destroyed PF. Basata suffered. He struggled to bring PF to where it was and won an election. Vamishida, even because of your selfishness, because you wanted everything, you have made PF to be nowhere. PF is lost. It's lost. It is not about the family. It is about the selfishness of these people. Mkwai. I'm not even going to open phone calls. I'll just leave it there. Because kutina alufyana palas na mituka. I think naranda san. Area shidi. Effort shidi. Area tapali kwa chan. I wanted the Charo to know that all this nonsense, it's not about the family. It's not about the family. It's not about the family. There is nothing about the family. There is nothing about the family. What do they want? Okay, you're in a family. What do they want? What do they want? What do they want? What do they want? If no family. What do the family want? Let Makebi tell us tomorrow, guys. Let Makebi tell us what the family want. Let Makebi tell us. Anyway, good night.